Oh, hello. Black Metal here. Sorry about that. Um, let's do this. I'm sorry. Let's do this game really quick. Now, I didn't want to say this. I'm an Eagle person, and I don't want the Saints to lose to the Cowgirls. So I'm going to be playing, but I'm also going to be checking out that game. I don't want Dallas to, you know, you know, do anything. Right. So playlist I'm going to choose. Run and gun. I like that playlist. Um, but run and shoot. Now I'm gonna do run and gun. All right. I want to use throwback uniforms. Color rush. Let's do 80s home throwback. I'm gonna do Panthers throwback as well. They don't have throwback. Home alternate. All right, let's do this. I will talk to you guys at the end of the video. All right, talk to you guys.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He's at the 50. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their seventh-year man out of Auburn, the 2015 NFL MVP. It's Cam Newton.
He had to know him last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They go play action here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And for how much Cam handles the football, he really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there.
And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game, he's fundamentally sound when he carries the football. Whether he's in the pocket or actually running it, he usually does a great job of taking care of it.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz from 17 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions, but how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And he's on the heels of winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pair of sacks in last week's game, Charles.
So much for adjusting, so much for game planning, right? You know that he had the 2 sacks last week. Why aren't you able to block him? Sometimes the superior athlete just wins.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. What we just saw, we saw a lot of last week. He had 5 tackles for loss a week ago and 1 here in the first quarter now.
And I think a lot of that comes from not just his athletic ability and his intelligence and understanding how he's being blocked and how to get to the ball carriers, but also comes from scheme as well. I mean, you've got a guy that high, playing that well, your defense coordinator is looking for ways to create mismatches and get him to the football.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now a man who subbed in for Andy Lee down the stretch last year, Michael Pilardi, to kick it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Being chased out left. Going deep for Diggs. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Spotlight, please, on Shaq Thompson. I always go back to his time at the University of Washington. Played some minor league baseball in the offseason. Could have been a big-time running back, maybe even a safety, and has settled in as a good, strong outside linebacker in the NFL whose forte is speed.
Now a handoff looking right. They find some open field here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. And he's brought down after a good gain. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first down, Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Wentz will try again on second down. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 at 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Eagles running back. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Sproles. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game of the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So they pulled a little rabbit out of their hat, nearly for 6, almost got the fake into the end zone. Either way, they're set up really nicely.
So we all fell for the illusion, didn't we? Did they saw someone in half on stage on that one? I mean, that was something right there. We fell for the fake in a big way, as did the defense. And look what it turned into, a monster play. And now they're set up inside the 5-yard line.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a 2nd time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his 2nd first-quarter touchdown there. Now they try the right side here. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. Yes, indeed, that play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
Third and long, it's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Able to power through, continuing to fight for more. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 82 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it with Sproles. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. What a disastrous start for him so far. He's thrown the ball 2 times, both times intercepted.
The heck with his progressions. The heck with what he's seeing downfield. It's really simple, partner. See the color shirts your team's wearing? Throw to those. Not the other color shirts. The color that your team is wearing. That's what the coach is telling him right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
By the way, partner, that was a 30-year-old running back carrying the ball.
Yeah, turned 30 back in March, did Stewart.
Yeah, I know that people say that you're not supposed to at the age of 30, but Jonathan Stewart, good style, good physicality. He'll continue to run it.
Hoping to keep him healthy. Hasn't played a full 16 games since 2011. Newton to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Come on, let's go! They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Here's Sproles. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Sproles. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Darren Sproles, 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles continue to roll. He's on pace now for 12 rushing touchdowns, and I think he's making fantasy owners smile.
I think you've got to change something on defense, don't you? I mean, we often talk about using a spy on a quarterback who has the ability to run and maneuver outside of the pocket. Maybe they need to change that to spying him, because this many touchdowns this early, that is demoralizing for a defense. One guy breaking them down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down.
Newton gives off to Stewart. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Stepping, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to move.
Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Nigel Bradham. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Play clock winding down. And now here's a carry heading left. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They'll run it now out of the gun. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brandon Marshall, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Stewart getting set to go as he trots back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
A somewhat amazing stat. The largest deficit ever overcome to win a game in Panthers history is just 17 points. So this would be record book stuff if they could pull this one out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Play action, it's Newton. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Not to turn away any of our viewers, but worth mentioning, I suppose, no team has ever come back from a deficit of this size and won an NFL game. The largest ever was 32 by the Bills over the Oilers in 1993. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Tuck it and run. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Here we go.
They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Wentz now to throw, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Oh, man, my stomach hurts just watching this team call plays. I've heard of going for it on 4th down in the red zone, but not when you're inside your own red zone. And, boy, somehow they take a chance here, and it pays off.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Go. 4 down. 4 down. Alert.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Check 43. Single.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Charles Johnson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays.
A big 30-yard.
Need to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Single. Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Here we go. Which one is? Alert 86. Alert 86. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Working from the gun, Wentz. Room to run past midfield. It's complete. It's Sproles. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. That'll bring up second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles continue to roll. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Kelvin Benjamin as he heads back out there now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Draw play, Newton to Stewart. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Sproles.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. Darren Sproles. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jonathan Stewart now gearing up to go on offense as he takes the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Play fake here on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart, and that'll bring up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Second down now after the incompletion. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. Finding some room at midfield. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. but that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Delay of game, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still 2nd down.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
Tight right. Tight right.
Play action to Sproles. Wentz. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like that. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Darren Sproles as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles continue to roll.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
First down, Newton. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. To throw again. Newton, he's going to float this one. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Corey Graham. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Panthers have really struggled out of the gate here. The Eagles took control of the game, and unless something drastic changes, it seems like they might be able to coast to victory. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now following the fumble, Wentz is going to duck out to the left, and he'd go in for the 17-yard touchdown as they take a 16-0 lead. 1st and 10, Sproles is looking for room to run, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. That pushes the lead to 23. Set up now 3rd and 7. Sproles is going to use solid blocking to break free, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Eagles ball early in the second. The blowout rolls on. Wentz is on target here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Eagles on offense midway through the second as this wild first half continues. Sproles has got it on the run, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Panthers will punt it away. Sproles is going to return the punt, and he's gone as he sprints to the end zone.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. Now a handoff looking right. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 7-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Time running out here on the play clock. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Throws left side complete to Brandon Marshall. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 3rd down, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Long in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They'll start out on the ground with Sproles. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down following the run. Now they try the right side here. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a handoff looking right. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now they'll throw it. Wentz dancing to his left. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Wentz eluding the pressure right. Looking for his big receiver, Marshall. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
There he goes inside the 30. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now Wentz again. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. To throw, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Brandon Marshall with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. They go play action here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and that'll bring up second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again. Newton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. 3rd down here.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Sproles, the return. And now running right through it. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
The play clock's running down.
Delay of game, offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, what, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it? And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. See if they stay on the ground for second down. This is Stewart again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
To throw on third down, Newton. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Play action. Now Wentz sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. K1 short. Able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. On play action, Wentz. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. The Eagles on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Wentz now to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go. That's caught at the 25. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. And even 50 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And Wentz not going to take the snap here. Instead, he turns and calls a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brandon Marshall, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Check, one set. Check, one set. Hey, set, 28.
2nd and 10. Newton again. And this is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help, Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Everyone's got four down.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Okay, ready, up, Steve. Here we go, 9. I got you, punk.
Play clock winding down. On play action, it's Wentz. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Double
Looking to get the ground game going with Stewart. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
4 down, 4 down. Set. 188.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Stephon Diggs, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No. Okay.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The busy night continuing for Stewart. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
It's Newton. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter. Now they try the right side here. Room here to run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff looking right. Fights loose. And he's got some space here. Powers through again. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Shedding through the defense. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. In the red zone this time. From the red zone now, Wentz. Broken tackle, still churning. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Darren Sproles with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. Second down here. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's 2nd down. From the 50, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing through the contact. Brushing off defenders. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Going to throw right side here, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Toss play to Sproles. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd down following the run. Now Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey,
Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
All right, Captain. Let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Eagles continue to roll.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's singing.
She's on like the 5th tune at
Yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. On first down, it's Newton. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
On second down, here's Newton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And just shutting him off there. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try to keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
Time running out here on the play clock. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency, get to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And now running right through it. Room to run inside the 40. Darren Sproles. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. 34 yards there and a first down.
Not a lot of dance steps in that run. That's much more like being that bowling ball, just going down and scattering some pins, breaking through contact, breaking through tackles, and he knows how to finish a run.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And the play clock's running down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. So now 1st and 15. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a... Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Newton on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. From the gun, Newton. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Eagles have recovered.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. We focus our attention now on the Eagles' defense. Recovered the fumble up on the scoreboard. They've got the momentum.
And that's a confident group that we see hitting the field again. Just what you talked about. Took away the ball the last possession. They feel like they can go ahead and do it again. They are locked in and feeling good about how this game is going.
And they're playing free. They're playing loose.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You know, sometimes it can be a bad thing if you're too free, too loose, and you give up your responsibilities. But not this unit. They are ready to go.
And incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And on 2nd and 10 now. To throw again. Newton. And now here is another interception. It's the rookie from Washington, Sidney Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. And they will take a knee here. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to the air. Newton on second down. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. A Carolina first, Newton to Benjamin.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a first down throw for Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
It really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On third down, Newton, and that's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. Wentz to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Can we go back to the days where if you tapped your wrist as a quarterback, that just meant you're going to spike the ball, not fake spike it and try and get something downfield? They just tried it there, and it wasn't successful, but I know what you're thinking, right?
Dan Marino, Jets, 90s.
Yeah, without a doubt. His Dolphins got over on him. They faked.
LeGarrette Blount, the 30. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. 63 yards on the ground.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season? And no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do.
What's up? So, apparently, before I was a little angry, because of the Saints game, how they lost to the Cowgirls. So, got your normal scoring summary. You only have 1 yard of total offense. Cam Newton was a beast today in this game, but the interceptions. I mean, Patrick Robinson had 2. Patrick Robinson looks like Tupac. All the most of the defenders. Jones had a pick. Hicks had a pick. Graham had a pick. Darby, and of course Robinson. Robinson, I don't know. Did he have a touchdown? Let's see if anyone had. I'm gonna see who had a touchdown. Okay, Darby did. Yeah, I remember that. I want to see Cam Newton's stats. 6 interceptions. Jonathan Stewart. 0 yards. Wow. Cam Newton, 62. I mean, it was an okay game for me, really. But Jake Elliott. All right. In the next one, I was gonna do a Killing Floor 2 video, but I'll save that for the other day, for the next day. You know, I got a road when I stay undefeated. My throat's so itchy. Oh God.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
Oh yeah, right.